I'm Mark.
And I'm Jerry. And we are the Military Collectibles Shop. So today, we actually didn't get a whole lot new this week. So we're going to try to go through some of the wonderful questions that all of you, well, some of you, have sent in. We'll try to get through these Q's and A's before we have to open. So pardon us if it goes a little fast. Or if we didn't get to your question, keep sending it, or whatever.
And we'll get irritated enough just to air it.
Okay, so the first one. You guys are funny. Why don't you have your own TV show?
We should do that.
Yeah.
Hey, good point.
Right. Actually, it's kind of funny. We've been approached. I mean, and this goes back several years, but we've probably been approached by 6 production companies, and we've even shot some little, I don't know, pilots episodes or things, or
Yeah,
whatever.
They called that last one a sparkle.
Yeah, a sparkle reel. Apparently, we don't sparkle enough. Or as they say, we have faces for radio.
All right. Have you guys ever met Frank and Mike from American Pickers? No.
No. But I do have an American Picker story. One time we were contacted by a producer at American Pickers to be the standby military expert. So for 3 hours on one Sunday, I stood by.
Wow. Did your name appear in the credits?
No, they never called. But I was ready.
Where can I get a t-shirt?
Right there. Yep, that's where we sell them. Actually, we are going to be, we got to get some more made up because we burned through all the bigger sizes. Go figure. Unless you're a small or medium, then email us. But for bigger sizes, they will be soon appearing on our website. But a good question. Why do your T-shirts have umlauts? This is a good question. The umlauts are the little dots over the A, and it goes back to. It's actually sort of the whole T-shirt is sort of an homage to Motorhead, and umlauts are just badass, and it's not grammatically incorrect really, but I know it pisses off the Europeans. So, but it's badass. Words look meaner with umlauts. But shout out to Lemmy.
And this is just a statement. You guys are saying Luftwaffe all wrong.
Oh yeah, boy, this caused a lot of controversy on the web. The internet was ablaze about this because apparently whoever told us that it was Luftwaffe is wrong. So that's who we get for listening to you, our viewers. Thanks for that. Making us look even dumber. Apparently, it is Luftwaffe, as we've always been pronouncing it.
All right.
Hold on a sec. We'll consult the latest addition to the military shop cavalcade. The German sock puppet. So, sock puppet? Yes, you dumbass! It's Luftwaffe! What did I always tell you? Luftwaffe! Not Luftwaffe! Luftwaffe! The Germans don't use extra letters without using them! Luftwaffe! Ah! Thank you, German sock puppet.
Okay.
Now we all know. What is something about each of you that might surprise us?
I own a steam engine. A steam tractor.
Big one.
And
a case.
For 4 days a year, I reenact a 1920s farmer. In
wood fired.
Wisconsin. Yes, fire it with wood, sometimes coal.
Sometimes loose militaria.
Sometimes fake militaria.
And I was in a heavy metal band for 10 years.
Woohoo!
Yeah, I play bass. I didn't play it like that. Okay, I'm looking at starting to collect. Can you guys recommend a good book? Awesome. We love dealing with new collectors. We really do. We love helping new collectors. And there are so many different topics, and there's so many good books out now, and it's really encouraging that you're asking about a book, because so many new collectors, like, they don't think books are really a thing. But there's a lot of knowledge in books that is still not available on the internet. I mean, the internet's great. I love it. You know, I think it's going to stick around. It seems to be a fad that's going to take hold.
Yeah, I think so.
But honestly, books are still very valuable. So if there's a particular area that you're looking into, like American helmets or German badges or Lugers or whatever. Now, there's not always one Bible book. Other than the Bible, on a subject. Even the Bible, there's different versions. But a lot of times there'll be 2 or 3 books, that are really the kind of the pinnacle of and modern and stuff. And the thing with the new collector books is you generally have to get them when they come out, because a lot of these aren't done in big long printing runs, so that they get out of print quickly, and then the prices in the secondary market shoot up. So in order to get them, and sometimes it might seem expensive to spend $100 on a book on something, but when you're buying a badge that's $500, $600, $700, if you buy a fake badge because you didn't read the book, well,
yeah,
that would have been $100 well spent.
And this is more of a statement. You guys are great. Don't let the haters get you down. And for the most part, don't.
No, haters gonna hate. There's always gonna be somebody out there who hates us, and that's okay. We tried to change. We can't. We're kind of who we are. This is what you get. What you see is what you get. Honestly, there is one bad Yelp review that we got from some little head that left us an annoying little review that seems to stick on there because Yelp sucks. And who reads Yelp anyways? But it still bothers me. So if all of you could go onto Yelp and give us great reviews, that'd be awesome. But yeah, generally, we don't, the thumbs down people, especially all you people who hate the German sock puppet. Yeah. If I didn't have my finger in a sock, I'd show it to you right now. Okay.
What is the history of the Edelweiss? I think it starts out as a seed.
It grows,
and then a sprout.
It grows into a little flower. Thank you, Mark. He's not wrong. Yeah, actually, the Edelweiss, the German, the white flower Edelweiss, actually started. I mean, we all think of it as being used for Gebirgsjägers,
yes,
which are the German mountain troops, which was true. It actually started as an emblem of the German military mountain troops prior to World War I, or around 1915, I think. Might have been in World War I, that actually became officially adopted. Prior to that, because the Edelweiss only grows above the tree line on the Alps, so you got to climb up pretty high, and it can be pretty dangerous to get where they are. So that was always kind of seen as being the symbol of they call it of a true soldier, but just kind of a badass, being able to get where those flowers are. They were actually not only popular in Germany, but also Austria and Switzerland. Probably, more so. I don't think it was until they were fighting in the Alps and Austria that it actually became a thing for the soldiers. But it was always seen as oh, hey, wow, you got one of those. And it still is in use today by the German mountain troops. So kind of a neat thing. And that's why you see it on a lot of German souvenir kind of things, and Swiss, and I imagine Austrian.
And the petals aren't like regular flower petals where they'll wilt up. They're kind of like stiff things.
Yeah, it's almost...
so it kind of holds together. And I've seen where a guy actually had an original Edelweiss on his hat attached next to the patch, and it was dried out, but it still held together, for 75 years. So, it takes something to pick one of those flowers.
Yeah.
It's got to climb a long ways, and fortunately, it holds together.
Yeah, there's even stories of guys, because they were really highly prized by the Swiss women and Austrian women, whatever. Probably German women too. But there's stories of like guys who were found dead, like with the Edelweiss in their hand because they like got it off the cliff and then went over the cliff. So be careful when you're picking flowers.
What is the most valuable thing you have in the shop? Maybe we do have a Japanese sword blade that was made in 1365.
Yeah, that's pretty old, pretty valuable.
We'd show it to you, but
Paul has it.
yeah.
Thanks, Paul. It's good to have friends who borrow your stuff. We've got a short snorter right beside me that's actually $12,000. It's kind of cool. It's actually signed by Harry Truman, Franklin Roosevelt, George Patton, Dwight Eisenhower, Chenault, Hap Arnold, John Birch, General Stilwell, about 15 notable personalities. It came from the pilot who was flying the Sacred Cow, was then known as the Sacred Cow. Now we know it as Air Force One. So he was the presidential pilot, and he collected all these signatures of dignitaries that were on his plane. So it's kind of neat.
Yeah, it is. Can I please have all your helmets?
Oh, yeah. Sergeant Durango. No.
Where do you purchase these relics from? Well, a lot of them walk in the door. A lot of people will call us with collections, and either they'll bring it in, or we'll go out there, or in some cases we'll have them shipped here. So they come from a long ways away. It's kind of hard when you're dealing with a collection, let's say from Idaho, and it's like you can't tell everything from the pictures. So we sometimes have them ship the stuff here so we can sort through the stuff, make an offer, and if they decline on the offer, we send the stuff back. And normally with the fake stuff, we'll let them know that it's fake, but if they don't really trust that it's fake, we'll just send that back to them, and buy the other stuff, because we don't want people to think we're trying to rip them off.
So yeah, pretty much anywhere we can. We also do go to a lot of local auctions, estate sales, rummage sales, flea markets, those kind of places. Anywhere we can find stuff. And sometimes it's weird places. I just went to a church book sale and I found a couple military books. So you never know where stuff is gonna pop up. All right. John G asks, what's your favorite Army camel pattern? The Marsh 43 or 44? It's actually a trick question. The correct answer is oak leaf. Always go SS.
All right. Have you ever collected anything from the Feldherrenhall division at the shop?
Yes. Actually, I've got two things. I had three things. I have an officer's tunic from the Feldherrenhall division. The Feldherrenhall was a place in Munich, still there. It was kind of and it's a big open air building kind of thing. That the German martyrs actually were, several of them were killed nearby, so it kind of became like a shrine. It's where the Germans had a lot of their little parties and stuff early on. But anyways, they formed a Panzer Grenadier unit. And I've got an officer's tunic from that with the Feldherrenhall insignia on the shoulder boards and the Feldherrenhall cuff title. I also have a set of SA Feldherrenhall collar tabs. And it was an SA dagger marked with a W for Wache, or watch. And that was actually the Feldherrenhall battalion.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, I shouldn't have sold that.
What do each of you collect? Let's see. I guess I collect World War II German uniforms and matching hats. I don't have like a separate hat collection.
No, your hats pretty much go with stuff, yeah.
Yeah. So right now, for me, that's pretty much it.
And then you like the badges and accoutrement.
Well, yes. I did collect badges, so I still have those. And then, it's like I need pouches and stuff to go with my uniforms, so I got like a number of MP40 pouches and G43 pouches and, holsters and map cases and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, cool. I collect too much. I collect U.S. Painted helmets. I collect German camo helmets. I collect SS stuff, both Waffen and Allgemein. I like the earlier stuff, a lot of cloth. I have several uniforms. I have some field gear. I collect the knives that were made in Fond du Lac here in Wisconsin during World War II. I collect women's military stuff. I collect flags of kind of all kinds, military unit flags, home front flags. I collect tank destroyer stuff, Großdeutschland stuff, Afrika Korps stuff, Panzer stuff, U.S. Air Force wings. I don't consider myself to be an Air Force collector, but that's actually probably the most stuff I have is World War II U.S. Army Air Force. And now I've got a couple World War I Air Force things that's kind of interesting. And I have a small collection of World War I German aviation stuff too. I collect too much. My name is Jerry, and I have a problem.
What is the most expensive item in your collection?
I'd tell you, but my wife might be watching.
I don't know. Possibly my Luftwaffe jump smock, or I do have a silver honor goblet, the one that's like whatever 925 or whatever, the silver, not the plated one. Mine goes to a Stuka pilot that
that's cool.
Didn't survive the war, which would have been a surprise if he had survived the war. But
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've got a D-Day paratrooper reinforced outfit. That's pretty valuable. I've got two M2 D-Day paratrooper helmets. I've got an SS, black Allgemein uniform and helmet and hats. I don't know. Yeah, I don't even want to think about the money. It just makes me sad.
What is the favorite thing you have in your collection?
Yeah. I got a Hitler Youth knife from my sister for Christmas one year. And I think that would be the piece. If everything else burned down, that would be the piece I'd try to save.
Wow. That's cool. I was going to say my Gebirgsjäger NCO tunic.
That is pretty cool.
I think it's a really cool tunic.
Yeah.
And,
no, I like that one too. If it burns down, I'll try to grab that one for you.
Okay, thank you.
I did just redo all the fire extinguishers, so we should be good for a while. All right. Will you trade $802 items for a $1,600 item? No. And basically, a lot, because we do love to trade, and trading is fun. But trades have to make sense for us. So it's like, I can't trade one item that we have that might be $1,500 or $1,600 or even $100 for, you know, $100 items, because what happens is, in order to sell that one item, I only need one customer. In order to sell those 100 items, I need 100 customers. So things have to work out for us.
And it's always best to trade things with similar, you know, interest in items. You know, it's like, you know, maybe you're swapping out a dagger for a helmet. You know, items that are like, you know, have similar draw to, you know, than something obscure and not very.
What I call the coolness factor. The value might be the same, but this thing is cooler than this thing.
I think we're out of time.
We are out of time, and we've got people lined up at the gates.
I'm Mark.
I'm Jerry. And we are the Military Collectibles Shop. Keep those questions coming. We'll do this again. Thanks for watching. Until next time, see ya. Be well. Oh. Didn't I just say be well?